Hey, what's up, guys? And welcome back to my channel. It's Mama Manifests. Hello. I'm grateful to be with you guys today. I almost died. Like, don't like freak out or anything like that. But it's just been a rough past couple days. Like, and I know the collective was going through it. I know it was different for each and every one of us, but very intense. Just astrologically speaking, crazy stuff going on, crazy changes happening. Crazy things happening, but exciting, and it's all moving us closer. Come here, Roberto. That's my dog. I'm going to take his collar off because he's going to walk around and it jingles. I'm sure that you guys have heard that. So I'm going to take it off, and I'm going to put it down here. I'll put it back on you when I'm done with my reading. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So anyway, I was doing a pre-shuffle. I usually do a pre-shuffle to get in the energy. And I was directly told like I wasn't allowed to have information. So I literally have no idea what's going to come out for today's daily message. I have no clue. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the divine has to share with all of us. A couple things. You know, if you get value out of this video, you can return that energy through a like, a comment, or a subscribe. And I would greatly appreciate that. Let's see what else I got here. What else do I have here? Thank you to anybody who sent over good karma donations. Like, always come at the right time when I'm having crazy thoughts. And then, you know, I get, a notification that money has been sent to me. And it's just an energy thing. And it just makes me feel so loved and protected. And you guys help more than you may even know. It's way more than a financial thing, I can tell you that much. Okay. Let's see what's going on over like here. Oh, yeah. I don't know if I said this already. Did I? I'm on Instagram at Mama Manifests, and I talk about emotional intelligence. Very important. Okay. Emotional intelligence is very important. And so, yeah, I've been guided to kind of like teach about that. So that's what I'm doing. Because, I like to follow the divine guidance and co-create. That's when I feel best in my life. I'm sure some of you know what I'm talking about. All right. Please help me deliver this message. Please help me articulate through divinity, love, and light. Thank you so much. So at the center of the reading, we have the Three of Pentacles, okay? And this is about collaboration, right? This is about building what you need to do and knowing that you have the resources to do so. It is the Three of Pentacles, so it's just the beginning of your beautiful adventure. But, you're willing to put in the work. You're willing to have the patience necessary to, we were just talking about that. What the heck? Co-create. Like in this deck, the unicorn is spirit, right? And he's like chilling there. We're co-creating. Come on now. Look at that. Yeah. So right on top of that, there's some regret, right? If this is all about what we focus on. If we focus on the past, if we focus on the things that have went wrong, right, we're going to miss opportunities. We're not going to see our blessings, right? We're going to block off our blessings. It's all about which mindset we choose, right? So the divine is really asking us to focus on our vision right now, to focus on what we're building, to focus on, the bigger picture is what I'm really feeling here. And this Four of Cups, it has been just so prevalent lately. The Four of Cups is always showing up to the party. And this is really about being mindful about what we're thinking about, and if we're looking over here, we're going to miss this blessing behind us, right? Yeah, you guys get it. You guys get it. You guys get it. All right, there's a power struggle here, right? This is all about like deep at the bottom here. It's about a need to control, right? And why do we feel like we need to control? Because of fear. It's a fear-based thing. We want to control everything in our lives because we're afraid if we don't, it's going to go out of hand. And this type of energy, the Emperor in reverse, I want nothing to do with it. I want nothing to do. This is like ultimate fear. This is like having all of the resources and having a position of power, but like operating strictly off of fear. Okay. I think we can look back throughout history and see who was the emperor upright and who was the emperor in reverse. And then we can go back to their mindset, and one's off of fear and one's off of faith. One's off of everybody wins and I want to build everybody else up, and collaboration and working together and focusing on the present and focusing on the future. Right. And the other one is I attack people out of fear. I need to control everything. I refuse to let go. It's every man for himself. There is no collaboration. There's no love. Emperor in reverse energy, and this being like a long-standing energy, huge power struggle here. And power struggles only come when there's fear, right? If you are in ultimate faith, you don't feel it necessary to control, right? Right? Ooh, recent past, 5 of Swords. So, ego, right? Ego. 5 of Swords, nothing, like these 2 cards right here, like this energy, I'm like, you guys can tell, I'm like, my eyes are watering now as I'm holding these cards. Like, it makes me, oh my gosh, I'm gagging. Seriously. This is like, it's making my skin feel itchy. Okay. And my eyes are literally watering as I'm holding these cards, but I just need to explain to you, this is what we've been going through. This is what's caused it. It's all ego. And we all need to look at ourselves, right? Because we can all point out and see who else has been the Emperor in reverse, but it's time to take a look at ourselves, right? Where has our ego been stunting us? Okay. Say you've been holding on to something, right? That is the Emperor in reverse. Even if you have the best intentions, right? If you've been holding on to it, it's because of ego, right? And no matter what, like what is yours is yours. And and what is meant for you will always be, right? You have to trust the universe. You have to surrender. You have to have faith. You have to trust your path. You have to work on yourself. You have to focus on the blessings, focus on all the things going right, right? 5 of Swords, there's no winner, and there is no winner, right? Somebody may ultimately feel like they had the victory out of anger afterwards, but in the end, ultimately, the 5 of Swords is just inducing more bad energy into your life, and we can we can let go. Like, there's so much surrender here. I just feel so much surrender. Surrender the need to control every aspect of your life. Focus on what's going right and work on that. Whew. Ooh, crowning the energy. This is all so divine. Everything in this universe is divine, but everything has been like exactly according to destiny, exactly according to plan, right? It is judgment time, right? It is that energy is upon us, right? When we do well, we attract more good, right? When we make poor decisions, when we lie or when we manipulate or when we don't face ourselves, we bring on more energy to teach us about ourselves and to teach us about our ego and to teach us about where our ego can take us and teach us about where holding on gets us into so much trouble, right? And this is judgment, right? This is making that call to focus on the blessings, to work on what's going right, to focus on what's going right, right? That's what this is. And the divine is asking you, please do that. Because we're trying to lift you up. We're trying to elevate you. We're trying to bring you into a higher vibration. We're trying to give you all the things that you've been asking for, right? Think about the things you want in your life. That's what they're trying to do. But it's all, there's things that we can't see going on in the background. The divine works in mysterious ways. God works in mysterious ways. And we're being asked as a collective to really shift our focus to ourselves, how we can improve ourselves, how our ego has gotten us in the way, how we have, not been able to surrender, how we haven't let go, the need to control. Make that judgment call. And the divine right here, look at this beautiful card. It's a promise from the divine. Everything will be okay, my child. We are working on everything you've ever wanted. Love is on its way to you. Abundance is on its way to you. Beauty is on its way to you. The Hanged Man in reverse. We've had a little bit of resistance here, right? The divine is asking us, and if you're not because it's asking us to have a different perspective. We've been a little resistant here with the Hanged Man coming out in reverse. So what we resist persists. And that's basically what the divine is saying. If we keep resisting it, we're going to keep feeling like we're in a holding pattern. We're being asked to surrender. We're being asked to surrender. I did this practice the other day, right? And I said, I don't know how many times I said I surrender. And I was listening to a surrender frequency, and it was a whole thing. And I'm letting go, and it's a process. It's not something we just do once. We don't just surrender once. We don't just say I surrender. It is a constant process, right? Because the Five of Swords energy is going to come up. That ego is going to come up. And then we need to ask ourselves, is this coming from fear or is this coming from faith? And then move forward accordingly, right? Ooh! Yeah. This is the King of Swords right here. This is how you're viewing yourself. I like it. I like it a lot, okay? You know, there's been a lot of crazy energy lately. So if you've had to protect yourself and your kingdom and integrity and the truth and what's right, go ahead then, right? This is amazing, right? The King of Swords can be a little cold. He can be a little detached. He's very smart though. And he's strategic, right? This is something I've been wanting to talk about, is how life is a game, right? And there's a lot of strategy to it, but you can't apply the strategy if you don't know the rules, right? And that's what spiritual awakening is. It's letting us know what's real and what's not. What are the rules, right? And how can I use those and come up with a strategy to use it to my best advantage? That's what the King of Swords is saying, okay? And you know, protect yourself, do what's right, live with integrity, live by your own values, don't care what anybody else thinks. The King of Swords trusts himself and he trusts his logic. Trust yourself and trust your logic. Protect your heart. Focus on you. Focus on the blessings, focus on the things that are going right, surrender. You know, the Page of Wands coming out here, right? You're taking your passion and you have a very enthusiastic energy about you. You're taking your passion and you're putting it in the right places. That's what the Page of Wands does, right? He takes the blessings, he focuses on the blessings, and he works on himself or projects or, you know, the right people, and applies, you know, passion to it to achieve everything he wants to do. Oh my goodness. This is coming up in the hopes and fears position. You hope that you have the patience required. You hope that you can stay committed to yourself. Maybe you're a person that has started things in the past or said things in the past and then wasn't able to finish, you know. But I'll tell you right now, the Knight of Pentacles is coming up. Look at him. He's ready to go. He's the only he's the only knight that gets to the Ten of Pentacles. And so you're fearful that this isn't going to be you, but the divine is just coming in to say, like, no, we've made a judgment call, okay? You surrender, we'll take care of the rest. We'll take you to that Ten of Pentacles. We're asking you to have patience. We're asking you to be committed to yourself, right? I just laugh because, you know, the Knight of Pentacles is very slow moving. He hardly moves, but because he pays attention to detail. He's committed. He makes sure that all of his T's are crossed and all of his I's are dotted. He implements the strategy. Sometimes maybe he gets held up by checking the strategy and checking to make sure if everything's in integrity for too long. But better safe than sorry here, okay? So I love it. Yeah. All right. So, Queen of Wands in reverse. The Queen of Wands upright is confident, enthusiastic. She is, you know, magnetic, right? And it coming out in reverse, this is what the divine wants us to focus our attention on. Where have we been angry? Where have we been not dealing with our emotions and letting them turn into anger and then taking it out on whoever's in front of us? That's what the Queen of Wands in reverse does. You don't want to be around her. Okay? Like, these two could like, this is like, oh my gosh, right here. This would be the end of the world. These two could definitely create that together. The Emperor in reverse and the Queen of Wands in reverse. But this is what the divine wants us to focus on. Where have we not been focusing on our emotions and not like running away from our emotions and allowing it to turn into anger, which then turns into resistance, which then turns into ego, and it becomes a whole big mess, right? So let's go back to the drawing board and see what's really going on. What is really bothering us? What are we really afraid of? What are we really afraid of surrendering, right? Because the Queen of Wands in reverse is a product of just fear again, right? It's fear. You're not letting go of something. You haven't processed something emotionally. There's something there. There's something that you need to see that you haven't seen, and it's just turning into anger. For real. I'm just keeping it real. So let's turn the Queen of Wands upright, right? The Queen of Wands isn't in the Queen of Wands reverse is definitely in the Four of Cups energy, but the Queen of Wands upright is not. She's in the Three of Pentacles energy, okay? She's in the King of Swords energy. She's in the Page of Wands. She's in the Knight of Pentacles, right? She's confident in herself. She's confident in God. She's confident in the universe. She has faith. She lives by her own values, and she has the utmost confidence that everything is going to work just fine for her, and she has to put in little to no effort on things that don't matter, right? She just needs to focus on herself and know how confident she is, right? All right, let's see here. Let's get some more. Where are you drawing us to next? Yeah, let's get a couple. Let's stay with tarot for a little bit, and let's get some out of the Starman Tarot. So yeah, you guys, I think the collective was all in the Five of Swords, to be honest. Like, you know, wherever you're at on your journey, we are not immune to the Five of Swords. And we need to check ourselves, you know? We all need to check ourselves. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Okay. What other messages, guidance do we have moving forward here? So we can all create a better world for ourselves and in turn a better world for all. So we can live in love. So we can all have an abundance mindset. Ooh. The World and the Tower. Let the cycle close out. The cycle is all about lack consciousness. The cycle is all about not doing things with integrity, because the Tower only comes in when we haven't done things with integrity. The World is the last of the major arcana. That is saying you have gained all the wisdom that you need and you know what to do. You know how to move forward. If you don't let this cycle close out, and if you don't just allow this lack cycle to go out, where there's not confidence, where there's not where there's fear, right? And there isn't faith, then it's just going to lead to more pain and more destruction, okay? Allow it to close out. The universe is lifting you up. We have Judgment, which is right before the World, and then we have the World, okay? This is the end here, right? And the end of what, Carly? The end of what? The end of the need to control everything. The end of not dealing with emotions. The end of not following our hearts. The end of not following what makes us feel good. The end of doing what society thinks we should be doing. The end of it. The end of it. The end of not believing in ourselves. The end of not believing that there's enough for everybody to live the most fulfilled life. Right? And this is just a reminder, right? This Tower card coming out here, it's like surrender or the Tower, right? We forget sometimes we can step around these towers, right? We don't have to wait for the universe to come in and destroy everything and put us in a place of humility. We don't have to. If we don't let go, it's going to happen. And that's just what they want me to tell you. If we do not surrender and trust that we're doing the right thing and follow what we know we're supposed to be doing, well, more towers. Nobody wants more towers. Towers are necessary. Are towers fun? No, towers are not fun. Towers are not fun. They're rewarding, not fun. Fun is not a word I would attach to the Tower. And anybody who likes Tower energy, I mean, we can like hindsight's 2020. We can look back and be like, oh, that Tower was for the best of me. But when you're going through the Tower, what other guidance do we have today? I can definitely feel the energy has cleared up quite a bit, right? From this fear, because fear was just the dominant force, right? And I can definitely, and if it hasn't cleared up for you, like it's going to shortly. Yeah, this card just keeps coming out. We're being called, we're being lifted up, we're being called to move to the next phase of our life. And look at this. Look at the lightning, the Tower, right? All around. I always talk about that with this card. Okay, there's beauty on the other side, but we must first walk through the darkness. We must first walk through the storm, right? And this is all about rites of passage, right? You have to earn, you don't just level up by losing the level, right? In Mario or in any of, video games. Oh my goodness, Mario. Like we don't just, if we lose the level, we're not strategic, and if we don't use the resources available to us, like we're not going to go to the next level, right? We have to earn that. We have to earn that, and we have to earn that by letting go. We have to earn that by surrendering. We have to earn that by trust. We have to earn that by faith. Yeah. This is being about living by your own values, trusting yourself. Okay. And this card is coming up a ton too. Like it's about freedom. It's about freedom from, you might be somebody who's breaking complete generational curses in your life, right? Ancestral trauma, right? Like everybody before you has kind of gotten the same result. And you've been given all this information, and now you're here at this tarot reading, and you've been learning about yourself, and you've been learning about abundance mindset, and you've been learning about the laws of the universe, and you've been learning about trust, and you've been learning about faith, and you've been learning about surrender. And you've been doing it all for the right reasons. And you are on the right track. And the freedom you seek shall be given to you. I'm definitely going to recommend some surrender meditations for you guys. Meditation, look it up, right? Let go. Let go of the need to control. Let go, and you shall be set free. I got a little bit intense, you guys. It did. Let's get some archetypes. Yeah, we've been through some storms lately. Okay, that's the first card coming out, right? It's like the top. Look at this, all the same energy. That lightning, right? What if you get struck by lightning? Like you are like a little bit. Your whole nervous system is a little bit messed up, and we've all kind of been struck by some lightning lately, right? The lightning within it contains divine wisdom, but when we get struck by the lightning, it doesn't feel so great. Right? And now we're all kind of recovering from that. We've been walking through the storm of fear. We've been walking through the storm of ego. We've been walking through the storm of holding on for dear life to control. Oh, I love this. The energy lightens as I pick up this card, right? You know exactly what you're working for. Focus on that. You know the freedom that you're seeking. You know the abundance that you're seeking. You know the love that you're seeking. Focus on that. Focus on that. Focus on the things going right. The divine wants me to tell you right now that everything that you've been going through is precisely gone according to plan. It is exactly the way it's supposed to be. Do not waste your time looking back and shaming yourself or having guilt or having, these feelings that keep us down. Let it go. You are no different than any other human being. We all have different ways of coping with our fear. We all have different ways of coping with our anger. But that doesn't make anybody better or worse than another. We all need love. We're all fighting for love. And the only way to successfully do that is to focus on yourself. Focus on why you started this journey in the first place. You shall be given everything that you have ever wanted. Trust. Surrender. Have faith. Today, turn that fear into faith and see what happens. You have been struck by lightning, and maybe it's really been a shock to your whole system. But it has given you wisdom to move forward and live out your life purpose. You shall be given everything that you've ever wanted. Trust. Trust. I love you guys. I'm excited. I'm glad that this energy is shifting. We have the choice to shift out of it as soon or later as we want. We have that choice. It's going to require us to face the truth, face the music, have courage, have strength, know our own inner strength. But is it going to be worth it? Oh, absolutely. I'll talk to you guys soon. Namaste and God bless.